Ben the Bowl Chef, and tonight I'm putting together one of my favorite recipes. It's a Lobster Thermidor. If you've never tried this recipe before, it is a stuffed lobster that is just out of this world. It's an easy recipe to put together for a dinner party. Got a lot of wow factor to it. So let me show you how to put this easy Lobster Thermidor recipe together. Alright, to make our Lobster Thermidor, we're going to take some 8-ounce lobster tails, and we're just going to take some of these poultry scissors and we're just going to split these right down the center like such. And I'll do that with all of these, and then I'm going to come back to you after I have them cut up and I'll show you the next step. Alright, so I have taken my 8-ounce lobster tails. I've cut these all up the center. We're going to drizzle these with just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop these bad boys into a preheated 400-degree oven on bake. And we'll put those in there for about 15 minutes. And while we're doing that, I'm going to show you how to put the sauce together. Alright, to start out our Lobster Thermidor sauce, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and we're going to throw in about 4 shallots we've chopped up, 2 cloves of garlic, and about a 1/4 cup of just some baby portobello mushrooms. What we'll do is we'll just give this a nice little stir. And we'll cook this off until it's translucent, and when that gets to that point, we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Alright, the lobsters have been in the oven there for about 15 minutes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give these guys a little trim job here. We're just going to cut right along the sides of these. This is going to give us a little encasing that we're going to use to put our lobster back into. And that will expose our nice piece of lobster meat. Set that aside. Alright, and there is our first one we've taken there. We want to make sure that these shells don't get mixed in with the meat. And let me go do the same to the rest of these 4 other tails, and I'll come back to you. Alright, we've got our lobster shells all prepped up here, all of our lobster meat over here, and now let's put the sauce together. Okay, so we're going to step over here and put together our Lobster Thermidor sauce. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, we put in a 1/2 stick of butter. And with this 1/2 stick of butter, we're going to let this melt down just a smidge. Nice and cooked off here. As this is coming down, what we're going to do is we're going to make a little roux by adding 2 tablespoons of flour to this. What we'll do is just going to stir this off here. Take the flour taste out of the sauce. Just a smidge more, like that, 2.5 tablespoons of flour. At this point, we'll return our shallot and mushroom mixture that we made earlier to our roux. Stir that in. flavors into our sauce there. Now, what we're going to want to use is some sweet vermouth, and I recommend the sweet vermouth because it pairs very well with the lobster. Deglaze that pan like that. Give us a little bit of sauce. And to that, we're going to add about 1/3 cup of whipping cream. This is a decadent dish. Throw that in there, bring that up to heat, and do that. Put some pepper, 6 or 7 rotations on that. You can turn this heat down a smidge, put in about 1/2 tablespoon of sea salt, and we can now return our lobster to our sauce. Stir. Last but not least, juice of 1/2 of a lemon. Squeeze off into that. Pair nicely with that lobster meat. Throw that around. And now this, my friends, is ready to go back into the shells. So we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Alright, we have taken these beautiful shells and filled them up with the Lobster Thermidor sauce. And now we're just going to put a tease of paprika on the top of these. Just just a tease, I say. And we're going to be popping these back into the broiler. We got one more secret ingredient, so I'm going to top these off with. Now the last thing we're going to put on here is a little grated cheese. I know any of these Italians out there would say, I would never ever make cheese with lobster. Well, this is my recipe, and I've got no problem doing this at all. Put this into the broiler for about, maybe a minute. We'll pull these bad boys out, and they will be ready to plate. So let's just hold on to our horses, and we'll be back. Alright, it's Glenn the Bull Chef. We've just finished up our Lobster Thermidor. This stuff's just, oh my god. Boy, it's spectacular. It's everything you ever dream in a lobster dish and more. I can't wait to get my hands on this. This is going to be a great meal. I tasted a little bit of the lobster, just snuck it out of that sauce. Oh my god, sweet, that vermouth. Oh my god, it's everything you'd want. Hey, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Got a lot of crazy things going on here. Give this a like if you like it. If not, tell me why you don't like it. Thanks for watching my show tonight, and as always, bon appetit.